welcome back to Wildwood Cottage. I hope you're all doing well today and that you're having a good week so far. Today the weather is a bit mixed. It's been raining, it's been windy, the sun's trying to come out, and I thought I would do a different kind of video for you today and take you along on a few of my jobs. Normally in my videos we go and we do one or two different things, but today I thought that you could share my day with me, my working day. I usually work from about 9 until about 5:30 on the home, and then I spend the evening with my husband and pottering about doing a few other jobs, and then that's about it really. So it's not going to be that interesting, but some of you may find it interesting. Now I've got a to-do list that's longer than the hours that I've got in the day, and I don't know where to start today because every time I go to look outside to go outside it starts raining. I've got the wood shed to sort out and I've got the wood to do. I've got the fence on the field to do before the cows come back. I'm just waiting for a fencing auger, which is like a giant corkscrew with a big handle on the top. Just waiting for one of them to come so I can do the fence posts to fence off the new part of the garden. And tomorrow, if the weather's nice, I'm going to go around the garden and do a garden tour. Because there's a few things coming out into flower. And it's really starting to feel a lot like spring, and the weather feels like a traditional spring as well. Usually we have this thing called April showers. I don't know whether any of you usually do, but the last few years it's been quite mild, but this sort of March has been very wet. We've had about 3 weeks on and off of rain, and it's not been showers, it's been heavy rain, so the garden is soaking. So that's another problem I've got today. I can't really walk a lot up and down the garden because it's absolutely soaked. We've had that much rain in the last 48 hours that last night when I went up to the chickens it was like a stream coming down the garden. So yeah, it's a bit precarious in places, so I've got to be careful walking around the garden today. So hence the thought of maybe doing a bit of a day in the life for you. So my rose walk is nearly finished. I've got all the leaves to move, and I might try and do some leaves today and try and get them moved before the gardener comes back and pinches all the leaves. Because next door has a gardener, and he goes round with one of those big leaf blowers when the leaves are dry and gathers up all the leaves, but I don't want him doing that because I want them. And I want them before he puts weed killer down as well, because he weed killers for all the sycamore and ash seedlings to stop them growing, because we get an awful lot of that around here, and they're like weeds and we don't want them growing all over the drive and all over the place. So yeah, so there's quite a lot to do, but I thought first off I'll have my cup of coffee. I've got the stove on and I thought I'd have my cup of coffee, so I'm just going to get my list out. I'm just going to get my cup of coffee and then we'll see what we're going to do for our first job. So yeah, so I'll see you in a minute. Right, so this is my to-do list. We have clear the polytunnel area. Sow brassica seeds, yeah, I need to do some seeds today. I need to finish dividing the plants in the perennial border so they can get moved around. Need to finish planting the fruit trees in their tubs. What else have we got? Finish moving the leaves, move the bark onto the beds, do barbed wire fence and stop the cows. Move the wood and tidy the woodshed, tidy the garage and film videos and finish the pond. So yeah, as you can see there's a lot to do on that list. Now where do I start? I'm kind of thinking to start with the barbed wire, because that's quite an easy job really. All that involves is me hitting a load of nails in. So I'm kind of thinking I might start with that when I go down to the chickens and feed the chickens, because I haven't fed them yet. But yeah, it's dry at the moment, so if I can plan jobs that are dry, so maybe clear the polytunnel area as well and get that done, because I've been meaning to do that since I did the video the other week. Yeah, I've been meaning to do that since I did the video last week about the polytunnel area, but it's just been raining, raining all the time, and every time I go out it's like, oh, it's raining again. So yeah, I may try and get that done today, and then I can get the polytunnel ordered, because I'd like to get that up before the end of April, so that would be good. So yeah, I'm just going to get my coffee and then we'll get outside and get some jobs done. Right, okay, so we're back in the greenhouse and I've decided, do you know, it's that cold today. I'm wrapped up for winter. It's not too bad in here, mind. It's not too bad in the greenhouse. But out there, that wind is really, really, really cold. What I thought I'd do is I thought I'd come out while I've having my cup of coffee. Instead of sitting round on my bum in the house, I thought I'd come and do some brassica seeds. So I thought I'd show you what I'm going to be sowing. And show you my broad beans. You want to see my broad beans? They're just behind you. Seeing them? They're doing really, really well. I'm really pleased. Oh. Someone's been in and had a nibble. Look, he's chewed the top off my bean. Plant that in there, it might reroot, mightn't it? Anywho, apart from the wildlife round here, yeah, he's been eating the bean, look in there. Little blighter. Can you see the teeth marks on that? Can't believe that, look. Can you see the teeth marks in there? Little blighter. I was told that they didn't eat the bean once it had sprouted, so that's why I've left them out. Do you know, excuse the close up, he's been nibbling on all of them, look. Bean shells, little blighter. I'm going to have to put them back under cover because I can't have him eating them. They're to go in the house so they can come out. Do you want to see me cucumbers as well? Look at them. Coming through really nice. So yeah, we're going to have to put the beans away, I think, before he eats the lot. Hungry little blighter. So yeah. They're my beans. Well, they were. So they're going to have to go in there now. Hope for the best. Anywho, right, brassicas. You've seen these seeds as well that I've got. I bought these bulbs. Aren't they pretty? You only get 2 in a packet, but they were only 99p. And they're a type of lily. Festalis ismeni, it's called. And it says to plant between January and June. So I've got a pot earmarked to put these in. And it says they get to a height of 60 centimetres. Now I think I've already got some of these in the garden, but I just think they're really, really pretty. I got this the other day as well. This oregano. Lovely plants. Only £2.99 in Morrison's. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to divide it up and put it in different places around the garden because there's loads of plants in there and it smells delicious. Smells absolutely gorgeous. So that was that. That was what I bought there. Oh, the other thing I bought as well, just a sec, was these. Now these are magnolias and I've wanted a magnolia stellata for ages. I mean ages. Ever since I got my gardens. Well, ever since I had my allotment, and I got my allotment, when did I get that? 2003. That's 20 years ago. Anyway, I've been looking at them in New Garden, and they were only going to be this big, and in my garden, you know, nothing grows. Anything that comes that's small just dies. I'm not sure if it's the harshness of the wind, because the wind comes straight down the hill in that direction, and straight through the garden. And I think it just kills everything. The frost when it comes down the hill as well just kills everything. So I decided not to bother. Because I've got a £5 voucher to spend in New Garden before the end of July. And I've been wondering what to spend it on. But I decided not to bother because I'm not that impressed at the moment with New Garden plants. But this is a really good plant, that aside. I got this from Lidl. And this one is a pink one. A bright cerise pink one called Susan. Now the one that I got, I was able to get 2 plants out of. I managed to divide it and I think it was £8. It was reduced. It should have been £12.99 and they were reduced. And I think they were £8 for one. So I got 2. So I got the Magnolia stellata and I got 2 out of the one, excuse me, the one pink plant that I bought. So they're going to go up the top part of the garden. So they're to go in, but because I've divided it, I've decided to leave it in the pot. And we'll see how we get on with that. So that's that. So yeah, we'll get on with the brassicas now. This is just my chaos, sorry. This is just my chaos of how I think when I'm in the garden. I go in to do one thing and then I'm off all over the place. This is the Magnolia stellata I got. So I'm really looking forward to that. It says it grows to a maximum of 2 metres over 10 years. So, and apparently Magnolia stellatas can flower twice. They can flower in the early spring and they can also flower in the autumn as well. So I'm hoping I'll get double for my money out of them. But they can grow in partial shade and full sun. So I'm going to plant them up the top of the garden, as I say. I've got a place here marked for this one. I'm thinking of putting this one next to the barn, up the back, with the wisteria. Because I've got up there as well, to show you in the garden tour, I've got a Scepter d'Isle off David Austin. And that's a pink. And it's got a yellow centre to it. So I think the flowers on this will be really nice. And then that'll give me like a succession of flowers. And then in the autumn up there as well, sort of July time when they flower, I've got some lovely rhododendrons up there that I bought when we first moved in. And one of them's got a pink and orange flower. It's pink on the outside, orange in the centre. And the other one is just a pink, I think. It's either a pink or a red. Or is it peach? I can't remember. Can't remember the colour, so don't quote me on it. Anywho, I thought that this would go really nice up there. The white would be a nice backdrop and a nice succession of different colours throughout the season. So that's what I'm thinking with that. And then one of the pink ones I'm going to put in a pot on the patio and on the yard where all the fruit and everything is. And I thought that would be a nice burst of colour on there. So that's going to go over by the woodshed. And then it'll give a bit of shelter to the fruit trees and it'll be a lovely offset against the black that is on the woodshed. So that's my thinking for them. So that's them. This is going to go in my new herb garden, which is in one of the new raised beds that's also on the yard, which I'll show you in the garden tour at the weekend. So that's what's going on with them. I haven't got my bulbs planted yet. I haven't got my flowers out because, you know, it's just been far too wet to get out in the garden. So I haven't done anything. I've also got this huge tin of flower seeds, which is full to busting with flower seeds. So I thought I'd have a go at them. Have you seen the colour of these nasturtiums? Aren't they gorgeous? These are Sarah Raven seeds. And she had a sale on. When was the sale? It was January, I think, and she was offering 40% off her seeds. And I had a £5 voucher to spend with her as well. So I've got a few packets from Sarah. Her seeds are really good. Her plants are beautiful. I've also ordered some asparagus off her at the same time when she had the 30%, 40% off offer. And they're going to go in the new patch of ground. So I'm really excited about that. I've got these poppies. I've got some sweet peas. I've got some cosmos. More sweet peas. A blue and white mix. Some giant dahlias. I've no idea how to grow these. But it says harvest the flowers from 12 weeks after sowing. So I'm going to have a go with them. What else did we get from her? Because I ordered in 2 separate lots so I could make the most of the offer. I got that one, a double mixed flower, because what happened was I ordered one set of seeds and then she sent me another £5 off voucher in the post. So I thought, well, while the offer's still on and I got the £5 off, I'll order some more seeds. So in the end, I only ended up paying about £2 for the seeds and the postage, which was £2.99. And I got a shed load of seeds. I've got those cornflowers. I've got these beautiful apricot colour foxgloves, so I'm looking forward to trying them, getting them all around the garden. I got those calendula called Indian Prince. I got some viola, and I really love violas, and they're lovely in the winter. And some borage, because you can eat the flowers from them and you can eat the leaves. So yeah, so that was them. So that's my Sarah Raven seeds. I've also got some stuff off Thompson & Morgan that I got last year, which needs putting in as well. I got vegetable seeds off them and I got flower seeds. So I've got these nasturtiums, I've got some lobelia, I've got some pink morning glory. Now I won't plant that in the garden because I don't want convolvulus everywhere. You've seen the white convolvulus in hedgerows, the white trumpet flowers, spreads everywhere, bindweed, can't get rid of it. So if I am going to grow them, I'm going to grow them in a pot. More sweet peas and some wallflowers. So they're all the new seeds that I've got from them. Oh, and I found these for 99p in the home bargain as well the other day. And in this one, there is Alyssum, marigolds, lobelia, salvia, busy lilies, stock, nasturtium and petunias. So they're good pot plants for the bedding plants for the pots. Because I'm having I'm not buying any bedding plants this year at all. Because I think they're a waste of money. Because you only get 1 year out of them. You spend all that money on them and then they're dead by the end of the year. I got them as well, dwarf sunflowers. And ordinary sunflowers. So as you can see, I've been a busy bee buying lots and lots of seeds. Because I'm not sure in this tub how much of them is going to grow. But I'm just going to sow them anyway and see what comes out. So that's them in that tin. This is what I do in a day, you know. I just come out and I just look at my seeds. Are they in here? No, they're beetroot. I think that's it actually. I think I've put them all in the tin now. I think these are vegetable seeds. Yeah, they're all vegetable seeds. Do you want to see the beetroots I bought? I think I'll sow them today actually. Seeing them. They did a mix the other day when I was in, that's the rainbow mix of beetroot, so I'm going to sow some of them now. And there's these as well. You've seen them, aren't they lovely? They're a rainbow mix of beetroot, a tigerella tomato, a chocolate sweet bell pepper, a blush mix of radishes, a purple and orange carrot, and chili peppers, a foot long chili peppers. So I'm going to try sowing them as well. See how we get on with them. There's some watermelon and some cucumber for when the polytunnel comes. Some of them for the polytunnel, they're squash. So yeah, there's plenty going on, plenty to sow. I've got tins and tins and tins and boxes of them. I just can't resist. But I'm going to try sowing my old seeds because it's so early on in the season. I'm just going to concentrate on that, I think. So yeah, so that's that I think. Right, so I've just been having a sort out in the greenhouse because I'm running out of space quickly. I'm thinking of putting the onions outside because they're taking up too much space. And I got caught out in Charlie's buying propagators. The lids that they were selling didn't fit the trays that I bought. And these trays are... It says it fits two trays, but there's no lids for them, which is a bit of a nuisance really. But it wouldn't be too bad when things are growing. But while I'm trying to outwit the mouse, he's just becoming a nuisance. But I can't go around killing all the mice. It's just not. That's not fair. So I'm just going to have to learn to live with it. But in here we've got that packet of seeds that I was doing. So we've got carrots, radishes and turnips. So they're purple top Milan, they're ages old, so I'm going to see if they grow. I've got a couple of cosmoses coming through in that tray at the back there. So that's them. Let's get my lid back on because we don't want the mouse eating my seeds. So yeah, so we're getting a few things going. I'm just going to go outside and I'll show you what I found outside. I'm really pleased. So I found 2 more bags for growing potatoes. I found a yellow box which you can put lids in, holes in the bottom, and grow potatoes in that as well. I've got that white polystyrene box there which you could put potatoes in. And then down here I found, blowing around the garden as usual, 2 small polystyrene boxes and 1 big polystyrene boxes. I've got a window, which is that there, and another piece of glass. So what I'm thinking is making them into cold frames. So I've got this space here, and at the moment, while I haven't done that bit there, this space is a bit redundant. I've got a water bucket there, so I don't really want to block that off too much. But here, I'm thinking of planting a fruit tree. Hopefully the cows won't eat it. Bring it this way a bit more, it should be okay. But I want to take cuttings off this here. It's kind of like a privet, it's a hedging plant. And it's a variegated one, and it's a lovely yellow and green. So I'm thinking of taking some cuttings off that and popping it along the fence line to keep the cows off my food. So that's one thing I'm thinking of doing. But for now, I'm made up with these. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to pop the biggest one down this end here. You see, this is what happens with me. I go off on tangents. There's a big nettle there, so let's get that out. Got that nettle out the way. Just a sec. Try and not sting myself. Right. So chuck that over there. Right, so we'll plonk this box down here. Just there. Try and get it nice and level. So let's pop that like that. I might put a bit of a brick. I've got a stone over here. A couple of stones. So we'll take one of these. Got one of these. Take that. And pop it under there just to give it a bit of stability. Right, so that's that. So then we'll take our window and plonk that on the top like that. So that should keep the mouse out. So that's my hope, my plan. See if it works, shall we? I can always use it for growing on seedlings. Once things have started sprouting, I can move them on into there to get them out the greenhouse. So that's that one. But we've got that propagator now, and we've got that over there. So that's useful, isn't it? Right, I'm going to go down to the chickens now. So as you can see, I just go off on tangents. I haven't come out and done anything I wanted to come out to do, you know. I've just been doing everything else. Right. Should we go and see the chickens? Morning, girls. Well, maybe not. Come on then. Should we see if there's any eggs? Daisy's very keen, you know. Oh, and Gertie as well. Oh, and Poppy. Yeah, we've got 4 eggs in there today. Right, come on then. Grace. I will just go and get Grace. Come on, you. Come on. In you go and get your breakfast. Come. Now don't be throwing it at her, Daisy. Right, so that's them sorted and happy. Well, happier. They'll be happy when they can come out. But they can't come out yet. So this is the first bit of fence I want to do. And I think this one's high enough. So what I can do is I can just put the wire from there onto that post and then onto that post. But up the back here, I need to do something to build this up a bit. So I'm thinking of putting another piece of chicken wire across there, and then taking that piece of barbed wire, one of the pieces of barbed wire, and anchoring that properly along the top. So that'll keep the cows down over there. As you can see, I still haven't shifted all this stuff, but I'm just going to put it over there out the way for now until I decide what I'm going to use for my raised beds and things. To save me walking it all the way down the garden, that was my plan. So, and I still need to move all that lot. I know. Gardens take time. Still need to fix my shed roof as well. Have you seen the back of it there? It still needs fixing. We'll go and get the wire. I've got a bit of wire over there, so we'll go and get that. We'll get the hammer, we'll get the U-clips, and we'll get on with that. Right, so this is my bit of fencing wire, chicken wire. I'm thinking of putting up just on that bit over there. So we'll take some of this. That gets that out of the way then, doesn't it? Right, okay, so this is the bit of fence that I'm going to fix. There's a bit of barbed wire that I can use, if I can get the pin out. Move that up. so this is the piece of wire that I'm going to fix on, and then I'm going to put another piece above it, and I think this might just stop the cows. So get my hammer. Sun's starting to come out. There's one. Just to give it that little bit extra height to stop the cows getting in. Do this side. Now this side's on the hedge, but I'm not too bothered because the cows eat that. I don't have to cut it. So that should keep them out of there. I may put some wire across here to stop them poking their head through there. I've got my glasses on. I'm getting stuck on all the barbed wire. It's driving me nuts. Right. I hate the stuff. It's sharp and it gets everywhere. Right. So this piece is going to go from that bit of hedge over there to here. So I think I need to be on the other side of the fence. That's our wire. So I'm just going to hammer that into place. It's probably easier for me to just show you when it's been done. There's our fence. So that's a lot higher now. It's given me an extra 2 foot or so. So what I can do now is I can put some wire in the gaps, and that'll just secure it and keep it all in place. So that should work, hopefully. Hopefully that's the plan, because I've got plants growing here. Now, I'm in two minds as to whether to put some extra chicken wire down, but I don't know if I've got any. So I'm going to carry on and I'll be back in a bit. So the perils of YouTubing in the rain. I got completely drenched. Big passing shower. I came in to sort the fire out, left the camera outside, camera got drenched, I went drenched getting back up the garden to pick it up, and typically the rain has stopped. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave that job for today. I'm getting a bit tired, so I'm going to go in the garage, I'm going to sort the wood out for tonight and try and take a load out into the woodshed, and then I think that'll be me done for the day then. It's getting on for just after 3 o'clock. So husband will be home in about 2 hours, just a bit under 2 hours, and then it'll be tea time. So yeah, the day seems to have gone really, really quick. I'm not sure what I've done today. I'm sure when I watch the footage back I'll think, gosh, you didn't do anything, did you? So yeah, I'm just going to get some fruit. I'm going to have a cuppa, I'll watch a bit of YouTube for 10 minutes, and then I'm going to sort the fire out for tonight and sort out the woodshed, I think. And then if there's still time after that, I might go and get a load of wet leaves and throw them on one of the beds. So yeah, I'm just going to have a break, have a snack, and carry on. So I'll see you in a bit. Right, okay, so it's getting dark. It is about 8 o'clock, and I've got one more job to do before I come in for the night. Just getting my wellies on. Yeah, so I'm just going to go and get some leaves so I can put them on the soil, because it's looking like rain tomorrow again. So I thought I'd go and get that job done. But I think that's probably it for today. I've got the wood in. I've done some jobs around the garden. I've managed to get the barbed wire done. I've finished the pond, and I think that's it. So yeah, I'm going to sign off for the night now. I'm going to go and get my leaves before it goes dark, because as you can see behind me, it's going dark. So I'm going to sign off for the night. If you've enjoyed hanging around with me today, please do like and subscribe. Please do hit that notification bell, and it will let you know when I upload new videos and keep you up to date with my channel. I am going to be starting a new blog called Wildwood Cottage Diary. I'm going to get that organised over the weekend, so that's coming up in the next couple of weeks. And don't forget, I'm on Facebook and Instagram if you want to tune in and keep up to date on there as well. So I'm going to sign off for the night now, and I will see you again over the weekend. So have a lovely evening, enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you soon. So take care for now. Bye. Bye bye.